All right. Okay, everybody. I want to introduce our first guest, Cynthia Frunzi, who's a money coach. She is the founder of Millionaire Within, and she teaches you the pathway to financial freedom. So, everyone, welcome on Cynthia Frunzi.
Hi, Jordan. How are
Hi.
you? Happy to be here.
I'm so happy to have you here. So I know that money is one of the biggest stressors happening right now, being in quarantine. Aside from going stir crazy, watching everything close down, a lot of people are struggling with unemployment, not being able to go back to work, not knowing when they're going to make rent or what's going on. But before we get started into that, can you tell us a little bit about Millionaire Within?
Yeah, so I am a single mom at 22 years old. Suddenly, I figured out that I had a lot of work to do, and no one ever taught me how money worked. So, working my whole life and just learning how to make it and spend it, and integrity wasn't an issue or hard work wasn't an issue, but there was no education on what to do once we made this money. So almost 19 years ago, I came across an opportunity where I can not only learn more for myself and get my own financial house in order, but then be part of an organization and a company and expand on my own to be able to pay it forward and help people. So Millionaire Within has been a coaching and financial services firm for quite some time. As I said, 19 years later, I love seeing the impact it makes when we can have the light bulb go off. I always tell my clients, I don't believe it's okay for me to know how your money works and how to manage your money. You need to know how. So there's a lot of coaching and mindset and work that goes involved, because the next time a stimulus package is needed, wouldn't it be great if we didn't have to count on the government and we had one of our own?
Oh, yeah, that's such a great point. I think I deal with this. I struggle with this, but right now everything seems amplified. But what are some of the biggest misconceptions people have about their money?
I can't tell you enough how many times I've heard reputable people in the industry say, you don't have enough money to save right now because you got to get out of debt. People think you need to get out of debt and then save. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Saving is a habit, and so is spending. And I don't care if you start saving $1. You have got to get in the habit of saving. There's always money to save. I think that's one of the biggest misconceptions, that we have to wait until a day. We should stop waiting and start doing. And if you don't know where to find the money, well, that's my job. I mean, I help people find the money. They have no idea how many holes are in the ship of their financial future. And even the smallest hole will sink the greatest ship. So we go through and we figure that all out.
That is so true. I think we get so lost in the problem of what is money, we run from it, right? But I have to say, your story is so powerful. And to all the parents right now, I know a lot of parents are struggling because the ones that can work remotely, they're now also becoming teachers and having to homeschool and not being able to work. So a lot of people are kind of, freaking out about that. I think it's great to have you as a resource. So I know in quarantine, a lot of people are afraid of not only their current financial situation, but what's going to happen next. So what can people do to rise above it at this time?
So one of the biggest things that I tell everybody to do right now, and hopefully they've been doing it for a while, because I feel like I say this every day, go through your every statement, your bank statement, your credit card statements, your everything statements, and find those little holes. Again, I sat with somebody and they had 6 or 7 different Apple fees they were paying that ended up being like $76 a month, and they didn't even know what they were for. So a lot of times we sign up for something to get the free something, and then we forget and we're paying it for years. Or your gym memberships right now should not be paying for. Yeah, you can start them up again when it's time, but not right now. We're not at the gym, so we shouldn't be paying for them. So all of these things, again, plugging those little holes. The other thing that we could be doing right now is getting resourceful. We don't live in a time, or none of us are with a lack of resources. What we are is a lack of resourcefulness. So start learning, start getting your mindset around money and opportunity. If you are an avoider, and you want to run from it, or when the bills come in, you don't look at them. I talked to somebody this morning. She's like, oh, I haven't looked at the bills in a month. I'm like, well, that's a problem. Head on. That's how we tackle any of our fears, of no matter what it is. Head on. You have to start opening stuff. I always compare money when it comes to even weight loss. You got to know where you're starting in order to get where you're going. You don't join Weight Watchers and they say, you know what, hang out for a month or so and then we'll weigh you and see if you made progress. No, we need to have a starting point and we need to know what the goal is. And you work through it to get there.
That's so true. Being in a crisis, I feel like everyone only then looks at everything they should have been doing, getting there. And I know you're so good at like shifting mindset. You have what you said earlier. It's not a lack of resources, it's a lack of resourcefulness. I think we always forget what we have available to us. So in terms of kind of like shifting your mindset, you did say that you're a financial coach. So how do you work with people in times like this?
So there's a couple things that we do. I mean, I spoke to several people in the last week, and some people just need a complete analysis of where they are, where they're going, and the numbers, and how to get and make sure they're on track or get on track. Other people literally need a complete mindset shift. So I've developed an entire program. It's a 4-month program to really work on that and how it started and where it came up, because when it comes to most of the thoughts we have, one, we can choose them. You don't have to believe everything that comes in our head. And two, most of them were given to us. The thoughts we have around money's bad, money doesn't grow on trees, what do you think, we're the Rockefellers, and all these things that we hear growing up, they turn us and develop this personality around money that once we identify it, we can get moving to the next stage.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for being here. Before we let you go, can you please tell us what you have going on next and where people can find you?
Yeah, so my website is findyourmw.com. On Thursday evening, we are actually doing a women's event, Women in Wealth event. So that's going to be really great. And you can find all the registration links on there. And if people are looking for work, our company is hiring. We need people. So if there is anybody looking for opportunity and education, you'll get that too. We need that as well.
Great. Well, thank you so much for being on here.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
You too.
Safe.
You too.